friends, welcome back. Let's take a look at Tezos together. Now, during this episode, throughout it, at certain times, little bits of writing will come across my head here. There'll be a button you can push, and then it'll open up some cards, and you can see the selection of different episodes that I published today. And I would recommend that you go ahead and watch those ones, such as the Bitcoin video is a good video. Right. Into this chat here. Then we've got the Bitcoin pairing up, the Tezos Bitcoin pairing. Take a look at this and then dive on over to the dollar and potentially Ethereum one, depending on how smoothly things all go here so far for us. So starting off today's episode on the 4-hour time frame, because I just want to kind of have a wee check-in with things, see how things are going. Overall, we've come down to this 786 here, and not quite the 886, but 786, yep, for sure, turned around at this point. This is a common enough area. We're kind of battling with the 618. We did manage to kind of undo the Fibonacci retracement here in yesterday's video, but we've come back down below it again, and then had sort of, more, a bit more volatility here, as Tezos is really trying to find its feet at the minute currently. Looking at this little section, just broadly in amongst this section, since we had the prices turn around, a low here and a low here coming in on the 4-hour time frame with smelly bullish divergence shit here on the go, and you can see that on the DMI as well. It works inverted style on the DMI, is a bit more complicated in that sense. Not on the stochastics, but anyway, then it moved towards the top side, and we've had high since high, and maybe some bearish divergence on this last high here, maybe, but then high, the DMI looking all right as well. So everything kind of looking okay in terms of this shaping up to move towards the top side. Bearing in mind that we need to remain above 2,806 satoshis here, so it doesn't leave us a lot of breathing room. Moving back down below this and closing below them again would cause various little bits of concern, such as this stochastics, when it being a bit bearish. And if we just jump up a timeline to sort of smooth out those highs and lows over the last wee while, what you'd be looking at would be this downward trend, essentially continuing on the 12-hour time frame, for instance, where we have divergence on the stochastics, and sort of class B can't really be bothered. Class B, I'm going to say on the DMI, nothing on the and we touch on the bullish divergence here on the RSI as well. So we had this happen here, similar sort of story, but we've just come up for this one high so far at 2,860, having just come up slightly higher than this little inflection point here, but we're not making it into decent territory where 2 9s and the 3s and stuff like that, where you could really say that things are turning around at. But we'll just have to keep our finger on the pulse really with this one, because things are the same as they were that we spoke about in the last few videos. On the 24-hour time frame, things are still doing all right in general. Gone down. Yeah, it's the same story. I'm not going to discover anything new by looking up the way like that. So keep an eye out for all that chat yourself. What about the 1-hour time frame? Oh, we got a little bit of the divergence there. Not so much on the other ones. Yeah, the 1-hour time frame is just the 1 hour. It's just for crazy people. Moving on. If I want to have Ethereum in here, then I'm going to have to move on. Got this upward sloping thing upward here. Is it divergent? Class B. Then no, just that's actually not as high. That was a waste of time. Maybe we've got a bit of bearish divergence here. If you're looking at this as being an upward trend in terms of stochastics, but that's not very much of a trend, is it? Looking here between the lows on the 4-hour time frame on the dollar prices, very much got bullish divergence there, up between this area, which is leading towards what so far a pathetic lower high. I'd like to see this actually turn into something decent, do what this arrow suggests, go towards the top side. Of course, we know that this is the inflection point at 260, so I want to see this being maintained. If this were to turn up, then you could maybe look at having hidden bullish divergence in terms of the stochastics, but that's just clutching at straws really. Just this isn't. There's not too much to be said about this really. We've come down here, we had a chance to turn around, we've not taken or or lost that chance quite yet. Looking at the 260 level for support to try and help us out here. Obviously, you know, the resistance at 265, where we got this 236 in here, is obviously important. That's what we're struggling with. The support here at 251 is obviously important, where we've got this upward sloping trend line. So, you know, just going to have to wait and see how this pans out as well. We're still potential for this ascending triangle to have been on the go. Still potential for this head and shoulders to have been on the go. 260, like I say, the crucial area, or indeed any of these things. Just if you're looking at this and thinking, and seeing this on your own charts, and thinking that there could be some sort of structure there, if you've got a neckline like that, fair enough. You know, if you're looking at this 236 as being resistance, fair enough. You're looking at this as being support, fair enough. All that stuff, you know, it's all fair enough. It's all on the go. You can absolutely be neutral on this one at the minute. Just not seeing a massive follow through from the bearish divergence in the 4-hour time frame as yet. But you know, we can kind of just be critical about that when we need to be. Do you want to see what HIT BTC looks like? We've not looked at that in a while. It's 20 cents different. It's about 15 cents different. What are your oscillators like, pal? So, you know, this could potentially, it's the same scenario really, you know, this could easily be your confirmation line here at 240 area going down the way. 258 as ever is just that line on, it's just as ever, it's the same story as ever on HIT BTC. Let's take a look at the dollar, at the Ethereum pairing then, shall we? This is 24-hour time frame. This is the key area at the bottom that we're looking for support at. You know, we've found it. That's great. Can we then move towards the top side? This is going to be the key area towards the top side at 1250, 0.01250, and then and that's, you know, okay. So things are shaping up okay so far. We were hoping for a turnaround here, just, you know, so we can continue this sort of trend on the way. And so far, we've not had anything go against that. Really, just coming in along here to check and see that the prices are indeed still above that 1107 area. Really, where we were looking for this to hopefully turn around at. Until such times as we've seen anything change, then I'm not going to like look at this too closely, because, you know, we don't need to. We don't need to. It's only traded on Kraken. Let me know down below if there's anybody out there who actually does trade between these. I think we like it from a philosophical point of view more than an actual trading point of view. I don't actively trade these two pairs, but I trade Ethereum versus dollar and Bitcoin. I trade Tezos versus dollar and Bitcoin, and then therefore, you know, in a sense, I'm trading this as well. Just, you know, just having a look at it. You know, this could be all right. Could be at the bottom of this range. Could be moving up towards the top side. You know, just have to wait and see how things pan out over the next wee while. Catch you next time. Cheers for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Watch those other videos that I mentioned that would have popped up by my face. Share them with your friends. Hit subscribe button. All that good stuff. I really appreciate all of it. Massively do. And I'll catch you next time. I've been Rocky Outcrop. We've been Rocky Outcropticians. Have a great day.